This is going to be my most absurd video yet, but you have to hear me out. For as strange and far-fetched as it sounds, I swear there's real evidence to back it up. Hamtaro has a non-binary hamster. No, I'm not infected by some radicalized, woke agenda, or whatever you want to call it. Believe it or not, there's plenty of information which points towards this character falling under the non-binary spectrum. And while this has obviously never been stated outright, that's no reason to ignore these facts. My name's Tomineko, and following the footsteps of last week's video, I'm gonna share with you a character you've likely never heard of before. Hamstarr, the Fortune Teller. This character originates from the Hamtaro series, a franchise which follows the escapades of various hamsters. Beginning as a humble children's book series, it eventually earned itself an anime adaptation alongside 7 video games. Hamstarr made their debut in Hamtaro's very first game, Totoko Hamtaro Tomodachi Daisakusen Deshu, a Japan-only release. Here, they told the players' fortunes, but nothing else. It wasn't until the third game, Rainbow Rescue, that Hamstarr would get some proper characterization. In this new installation, Hamstar's opened up an amusement park in their mansion, and has become a sensational fortune teller on TV. They're a rather mysterious fellow who reappears and disappears at will. It also seems like their employees' paychecks disappear just as easily as Hamstarr does, as they've been seen to skimp out on paying their workers. Beyond this game, their inclusion in Hamtaro media has been rather sparse, showing up once more in Hamtaro Ham Ham games, and receiving a cameo in the movie Hamtaro the Captive Princess. Hamstar's quite a minor character, all things considered. So how come I've made a whole video on them? What's so special about this hamster? Well, just as I claimed in the beginning, within these video games are evidence to support the idea that Hamstarr is non-binary. And when I say non-binary, I mean they've gone out of their way to keep their gender a mystery. Whether this is to create a sense of mystique around themselves, or they simply don't align with any gender, we'll never know. Either way, this would technically make them non-binary. For those unfamiliar with the term, it means to exist beyond the usual dual-gender binary of male and female. This label encompasses multiple identities, but this is the most simplified explanation of the term as a whole. Thus, a character who denies to identify themselves as any gender would render them under this category. So what exactly brought me to this proposal? See, one of the main goals in Ham Ham games is to collect a series of Hamigo cards, which are given to you by the respective hamsters. Each card describes attributes about them, such as their name, gender, star sign, and birthday. Pretty basic information, right? Well, in Hamstar's case, everything besides their name is unknown. They're the only card that omits these details, which makes sense as their entire character is to be a cool, mysterious clairvoyant. What strikes me as most peculiar, though, is why the hamster felt the need to exclude their gender. I get the star sign and birthday being left out, but why their gender? This card is what first led me down this rabbit hole, and what might look like an inconsequential gag now is actually the key to a bigger puzzle. When I first saw this, I wondered if there was any truth about Hamstar's gender being unknown, which if it was, would place this character under the non-binary umbrella. There must have been something, somewhere, that conflicted with this information, and thus I went searching, scouring the internet for more information on this perplexing hamster. Firstly, I began by visiting the Hamtaro wiki, wondering what it had to say about Hamstarr. I remained cautious as I read through its pages, as Fandom Wiki has an infamous past of misinformation and lacking sources. While they correctly listed their gender as unknown, the description of said character confused me. His, he. Whoever wrote this page refers to Hamstarr by he, him pronouns. The trivia section of this page acknowledges their Hamigo card, but claims that Hamstarr has been called a he in English language media. Of course, in usual Fandom Wiki fashion, there wasn't anything to back this up, hence prompting myself to do the dirty work, revisiting each appearance of this hamster in search of any dialogue that could support this. Beginning with Rainbow Rescue, the plot involves the main cast of characters looking for items that correspond to each color of the rainbow. Having found nearly everything they need, they're left with one last color to find: violet. Recalling the fortune teller's TV channel, they remember seeing a hamster holding a violet orb, inspiring them to search the mansion for the coveted item. When talking about Hamstarr amongst themselves, no pronouns are ever actually used. Instead, they consistently refer to this hamster by name alone.
No way! I can't let it end with me looking bad. Oxnard, where did Bijou and the girls go?
Hamstarr Manor, a mansion that just opened recently. I predicted that the last ingredient is there somewhere.
They meet Hamstarr in person once the main cast comes to the third room of the mansion. This meeting is rather brief and consists of very few lines of dialogue. It's Hamstarr! Ham hum. Do you mind? I'm meditating. Ham hum. Have you seen the red punster? If you answer my questions, I'll tell you. Hamstarr challenges the hamsters to a game of memory, and once it's beaten, they send the crew away with a premonition. I see your future. It's perfectly clear. When you've overcome your problems, you'll find what you are looking for. It'll take a while until our team of hamsters can talk to Hamstarr again. In the meantime, they're more concerned with tracking down the punster and beating his games. Scouring the mansion and encountering countless attractions along the way, they slowly gain access to new rooms, putting them closer to beating this joke of an adversary. Ensuing the completion of the final challenge, Hamstarr descends from the heavens on a crescent moon, congratulating the hamsters for their hard work.
Ow, it's my boss!
Though it's not much, it's a token of my thanks. Please, take it. Wow, it's the violet crystal ball. We've done it, Hamtaro.
About my paycheck.
It's not much.
It's okay. Forget the crystal ball, now about my pay.
It's not much.
I told you, forget about the crystal ball. My paycheck.
It's not much. Take care, everyone.
Hold on a sec, but where's my pay for working? Give me my seeds!
This concludes our clairvoyant's involvement in this game, and informs us on all relevant dialogue that will be necessary for our investigation. So looking at what's provided, there isn't a single instance where a character refers to Hamstarr by any pronouns, nor do any gender-specific words come up in conversation when describing them. Hamstars only ever referred to by their name and nothing else. The same is true for their minimal inclusion in Ham games. Although I've yet to play this for myself, I was able to skim through a video of someone else playing it, in order to read all of the necessary dialogue. Located in an oil drum refashioned to be a ham studios, you can find Hamstarr on a set, presumably getting ready to record new episodes for their fortune-telling show. The stars predict that all you wish for lies within your reach. Please, take this. It will grant you improved luck. Oh, wait. No, it won't. You will find great happiness in having many friends. This is the only piece of dialogue I was able to find from the hamster, and it doesn't seem like anyone else talks about them elsewhere in the game. Like I said, it's extremely brief. As for Hamstar's appearances in Tomodachi Daisakusen Deshu and the movie The Captive Princess, seeing as neither of these have officialized English translations, there's no proper way for me to evaluate their dialogue. If anyone watching knows Japanese and would be willing to take the time to analyze the Japanese dialogue regarding Hamstarr, I'd be happy to pin your comments so my viewers can get a full picture of this character. Any information you can dig up is valuable to me, and your efforts will be recognized. Getting back to what we do know though, unless I'm missing some obscure advertisement that calls Hamstarr a he, there's no reason to refer to them by those pronouns on the Wikipedia. Throughout all of Hamstar's appearances, they've consistently excluded references to their gender, and keeping their peculiar Hamigo card in mind, I think it's safe to say this character is non-binary. Did the developers of this game deliberately make this character non-binary? I doubt it, but just because they didn't write it intentionally doesn't mean we as the fans are prohibited from seeing them as such. If I'm not mistaken, this is similar to Klonoa from Soul Eater, whose gender was left ambiguous. They're never given any particular label, nor were they ever confirmed to specifically be non-binary, but this didn't stop Klonoa from becoming a non-binary icon. Is Hamstarr the pinnacle of non-binary representation? Absolutely not. While I am heavily engrossed in this character, this by no means blinds me from the reality that at the end of the day, this hamster's gender is a matter of fun trivia. If you are interested in looking into a real, genuine portrayal of a non-binary character, I suggest you watch Stars Align. The character Yu Asuka is, in my opinion, one of the most wonderfully executed pieces of non-binary representation. I won't let you in on too much of it, in case you'd like to see it for yourself, but it portrays this character's identity and struggles in such a sincere way. The anime really is an underrated masterpiece, and for as fun of a time I had looking into Hamstarr, I'd love to talk about Yu even more. I know there's already been a few videos on this character already, but if you'd like to see my take on them, leave a comment telling me you're interested. And before I wrap this video up, I want to thank you all once again for your overwhelming support. As of recording this, I've reached over 7,000 subscribers, a phenomenal number for someone as new as I am to YouTube. And consequently, because of everyone's astounding support, I've met all the requirements needed to be monetized, meaning I'll soon be able to earn money off of my videos once all the processing behind the scenes is done. You've all changed my life in such an extraordinary way and are helping make my dreams a reality. As a thank you, I'll be opening my own Discord server today. With the help from my friend Rye, we were able to set up a fun, inclusive server where fans of my content and obscure media can get together and talk about our favorite interests. Yay! The link to the server is in the description and it's totally free to join. No need to sign up to a Patreon or anything. It's open to everyone. So come say hi to me and my friends. We'd love to have you here. Until I upload again next Friday, I hope you can continue having a wonderful Pride Month.